Welcome, another delivery day. This time, this is a replacement parcel. I ordered 2.5 pounds of hand-picked, high-grade number 8, and apparently it got shipped to overseas by accident. Um, they wanted to do something to make it up, so I got sent this material as a substitute. It better be pretty good because I'm pretty disappointed in all the other details that have gone into this deal right here. But let's see if they've redeemed themselves and sent us some turquoise that is worth the high grade number 8 that I didn't get. This is going to be, I believe this is supposed to be old Hardy Pit Kingman turquoise with greens and stuff like that. So let's see what we got. Let's see if this is going to blow me away like the stuff I was supposed to get should have. And let's look at the box. Alright, so it's labeled hand-picked blues and greens. Hand-picked blues and greens. Kind of a paler green there. That looks like some number 8. I'm not sure what that stuff is. So this is one that he sent me pictures of. And I told him, I don't like turquoise that's just a mess. I like turquoise that has matrix, like a spider's web type matrix. I don't like a little bit of matrix in my turquoise. I don't like a little bit of turquoise in my matrix. I like a little bit of matrix in my turquoise. This looks to me like a little bit of turquoise in some matrix. Now the color is beautiful. I don't know what it'll cut, but if that's ends up being mostly matrix and a little bit of turquoise, that's not really what I was looking for. Now there's a big old chunk of some greens. Let's get a few of these wet and see if they look any better than wet. That one might have some nice matrix in it. That one's an interesting color of green. Interesting. There's another nice, interesting green. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do with a piece like this. There's, yeah, I don't know what you do with a piece like that. Now that one's got a really nice color of green in it. I don't know. I am not blown away by any means here. Here's a big old chunk of green. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what it's going to cut. I can't tell if it's going to have matrix or what. Again, that one's close to being what I like. Sorry, I keep bumping the camera, but that is pretty greens. It's just that it's such a messy matrix that I'm not real keen about it. That one might have some gold matrix running through it. That's interesting. Well, if you see this video, it's because I decided to probably cut some of it, but I'm going to think about it. I don't know what this stuff's going to cut. But it's not a slam dunk as being what I thought I was going to get, and certainly not the replacement for the high grade stuff that I didn't get, that I bought. Tell me what you think about this material that you're looking at. That's a pretty color green, but just a little end cut. All right, this is where I ask your opinion. We basically have a lot of two different types of matrix in this. We have this type of matrix. I'm going to try and not interpose into this my opinion. We have this, I think it would be called a smoky Kingman matrix. We have this type of matrix here. Here's what you prefer. If you like them both, if you hate them both, I can tell you that one of those is one of my least favorite types of matrix. But what we're going to do is we're going to cut this one right here. This one's got some potential. And see what we get out of this lot to see if it's something we want to keep. That's a cool color of green. So hopefully we're going to get something that I like here. Okay, we're going to cut two pieces of this. We're going to cut this one right here. We're going to cut this one right here. See what we get, see if we like it. This one's thick enough you could cut it in two and back them and get two pieces, but I'm going to go for one. Maybe not even go for a completely finished stone. Trying to get a base cut on this one to start with. Look at that color. Can't hate on that. Okay. I think we got a starting point for a base. And we'll go around the edge here. Clean it up. We're going to try and get most of that yellow out of it. So if you're wondering, this is from the Kingman mine area. Some of it's supposed to be from what they call the old Hardy pit. I don't know how much of it is or what it is, but it's all stabilized Kingman turquoise. I specifically asked for greens. As I said, I bought a hand-picked parcel of number 8 that accidentally got shipped to somebody else. This was supposed to be the parcel to make up for it, of hand-picked material that I would love and blow me away and everything like that. We'll see. So the standard's set pretty high, because the parcel that I should have got was an insane parcel of number 8. Cutting the girdle in, kind of roughing it in by hand. be a killer stone right there, for sure. I wish the whole parcel was this, then it would be a slam dunk. Unfortunately, there's only this one piece that looks like this that I can see. Okay, I think I'm going to dop that one up now so that I can control it and cut a little bit more. See my girdle going around there. I can do that a little bit more controlled if it's dopped up. I want to go a little bit further to try and get that face clean. We can obviously cut a fairly high dome on this. Let's peek into this big boy. This one's going to be big. That's what this looks like. This is a big old cab right here. Bigger than I normally would cut, but this stuff's hard. It's stabilized hard. When you're hogging it off like this, it's hard to keep it clean enough that you can see it, but which are you preferring so far? Boom, boom, boom. A, B. A, B. Dop those up and come right back. Alright, there's our two dopped up cabs. These are both giant, monstrous cabs. You can't really put that much pressure on your dop stick when you got a cab this big. It's just, you're basically cutting it as if it wasn't there, but using it as a little bit of a crutch. I'm making sure I have a taper up to the top of my cab from the bottom. Making sure I have a shape that I can be happy with. Not crazy about it, but take a little bit off here and there and see if I can get it to where I like it better. Start cutting in our bevel and our girdle. This stuff is hard and it's a big stone, so it cuts slow. Basically the lowest spot is right there, so I'm cutting everything to match it. to make sure I have a fairly uniform height on my cab. I don't really want that big pit right there, I don't think, even though some people might like that more natural look to it, but we'd have to go down quite a bit. It's not like we don't have plenty of thickness on this, so maybe we'll try to take down some of it. Worry is that I cut into some of this less desirable matrix here at the bottom if we go too far down. That's one of the harder things about cutting turquoise over opal, is that turquoise you're cutting blind. With opal you typically have at least some idea of what's coming, or you should be able to. You can look into it with your light, you can see it from the edge, you can see it from the top. You have a far better idea of what's happening in your stone before you get to it than with turquoise. Alright, let me switch to the other ones so we don't get this video too long. First I will cut my bezel angle. Then we'll look at it. It's definitely an asymmetrical shape, but I don't immediately hate it. With this color we want to save as much of it as we can. Okay, now we're going to see. We're pretty close on the girdle on this one. We just want to refine that a little bit. Get it to where it's all consistently the same height. So we have a little bit more dome than I want. We're going to go in a little bit because I'd like to get more of that gold out if I can get it. I'd like to have a little bit of it, but not too much of it. That one's going to be crazy. That one's going to be crazy. According to the pictures I saw, this is the hardy pit stuff that most of this was supposed to be, I thought. And if the whole thing had been material like this, then I wouldn't be kind of wondering if I'm got value out of this. This stuff wasn't cheap. This wasn't just your run-of-your-mill $200 a pound, you know, turquoise rough. It was billed as hand-picked, hand-selected. Every piece going to cut an amazing stone and priced accordingly. Okay, I think we're close on that one. Okay. So I didn't video the other two wheels because it was just, the video was getting too long. And basically what you do on the first wheel is just mimicked on the second and the third wheel to clean it all up. This is more about the stones themselves. So we're going to give them a buff. This is where you kind of, sometimes on the buffing, the stone just goes boom and pops and all comes together, and it greatly improves, and sometimes not. This one's got something funny on the top of it. Almost looks like, it kept looking like I had some a film on it from just a little bit of mud on it, but it isn't mud, it's actually in the face. So these are taking a nice polish, nice high gloss polish. I'll bring them out to better light, but here's a look at the first one. See what I'm talking about, where it looks like there's a little bit of mud across the top? That's just the color, that's the way it is. Now this one right here, I kind of have a feeling this one right here is going to pop underneath the wheel right here. Like I said, if even 5 or 10 pieces in that parcel look like this, I would definitely be happy. But this is the only one like it as far as I could tell. Yeah, it's taking a nice polish. Yeah. Can't not like this one. As this stone warms up a little bit, my dopping epoxy gets a little softer, and that's about the right time to pull it off, to clean up the back and finish it up. And cut a little chamfer on the bottom. Okay, look at that. We'll take it out to some light and show you the two, but that one right there, definitely, I love that one. So if you want to see how I cut this, basically I just pop that dopping stick off and use my razor knife to cut the extra off. When the stone gets warm, it gets warm and it comes off pretty easy. I just make sure I clean the rest of the dopping stuff off. These stones are treated already, so I'm not going to back them. So I just make sure I have that as flat as I can. I just come over here to the medium grit wheel and grind me a little chamfer, a little bevel on that edge to make it a little bit easier to set it in jewelry. That. I usually don't turn the water back on for this because it's not getting hot, it's just a light touch. And so there's that one. Go around it here at a couple different angles, trying to roll that edge a little bit. This one is harder than the other one. You can hear it on the wheel, can you? Okay, let me rinse them off and I'll be right back and show you the finished stones. Alright, so here's our reveal. We have this one. These are both Kingman. Like I said, I don't know how much of this is from the Hardy Pit or some of it's just from Ithaca Peak, or where this kind of greenish color comes from. This is, I'm not sure if that's stabilizing material. It looks and cuts like quartz, like a quartz inclusion in it. I can't guarantee it's that. It might be just a void that was filled by the stabilization process, but because this right here wasn't filled by it, all the way around it wasn't, I suspect that it's not. I suspect that that is quartz. It just looks like quartz to me, and see there's another little bit of it right there. Could be that stabilization, but anyway, looks like quartz. Tell me what you think of that one, or that one. There's the back, little chamfered edge, and boom, look at that color. That won't be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like the greens, there's a couple of nice stones. Here at the end of the video, I'll show you the ones that I didn't care for. I'm not a big fan of this type of matrix. I know it's a golden smoky matrix, but not my favorite. I prefer a spider web, water web, anything that's minimizes the matrix and maximizes the turquoise. And this is a decent balance between turquoise and matrix. It gets much worse in some of the pieces where there's less turquoise and more matrix. But tell me what you think. I prefer these looks over this one, but when I asked a few other people, there was at least half the people picked this as their favorite look. It's all Kingman turquoise, all stabilized.